A man spent 3,000 yuan to buy 2 old shipping containers. Spend a year transforming it into a 2-story mountaintop villa. Its living space is as high as 250 square meters. Not only does it have an outdoor balcony parking lot, but it has also specially built a mountain ring road. Rotating solar panels and water pumps provide a hydroelectric system. Thoroughly realizing the dream of staying away from the hustle and bustle of the city, AG, who has just turned 30, wants to give a girl a home. Coincidentally, our ancestors left AG with an 80,000 square meter hill in Ohio. Even the road up the mountain needs to be built personally. In order to save money, AG can only choose to buy 2 12-meter long waste containers as the overall foundation framework of the house. AG personally started the excavator to remove the trees, and they plan to dig the entire ground down 1 meter to build a foundation. The excess sediment material can still be collected for future use. Finally, use a roller to level the ground. At this moment, the container has just been delivered. Can lift the container with a forklift at the same time. I barely managed to place the container in the predetermined position. The second container is also processed in the same way. Immediately cut out the window frame on the outside of the container. AG from the 10-year-old Han Palace personally welded the window frames together. It can also prevent the generation of rust. At this moment, AG used the mountain spring water transported from below the mountain. A complete death was caused to the entire container. Clean it thoroughly and you can install the window, whether it's natural lighting or ventilation, and breathability. In order to make these 2 waste containers that have been used for 20 years more beautiful, AG's girlfriend started spraying gray paint on the surface. The clean, tidy, and smooth box looks like it's brand new, don't lie. Compared to rust red, it does have a high-end feel. The construction of the roof next requires using containers as support. AG used waste iron plates to cut perforated panels. Bend it into a right angle again as a protective plate. Just enough to surround these huge custom crossbeams. Just weld the support plate onto the iron column. Weld the iron pillar onto the top of the container again. The horizontal beams on the roof can be steadily erected. Further reinforcement through screws. The cooperation between the two is also quite tacit. AG is responsible for cutting wooden boards below. Then the wooden guardrails can be welded one by one onto the container. The support for it is just enough to fix the triangular roof frame. This requires precise calculation and design. The difficulty of its installation not only requires the girlfriend to use an excavator to start it up, at the same time, fix it with screws at this time. And each framework must be completed one by one according to this method. It could cause the entire building to collapse instantly. Next, we can lay steel plates on the roof and fix the steel plate on wooden frame with nuts. Whether it's windproof or rainproof, it's both stable and manageable. The excess part can also be cut through steel strips, create an exclusive directional icon on the roof. And AG also discovered during the construction process that the road had to be repaired before subduing. The undeveloped mountain roads are very inconvenient for construction projects, so he decided to use a roller and a shovel. While removing uneven road surfaces, press out the road. No matter how much mud and stones there are, no one can stop AG's determination to build a home. Finally, lay plastic sheeting on the road surface. After backfilling with a layer of sediment, you can use a bulldozer to lay crushed stones on top. At the same time, the roller also further compacted the gravel. This winding mountain road leads straight up to my own villa, stable and convenient for construction and future home. As winter approaches, AG and his wife must accelerate their progress in order to move into their new home as soon as possible. Continue to build extension frames on both sides of the roof. For the sake of aesthetics, AG even dropped the safety rope at the top, not high. Brush the surface of the wood with the same gray color, continuing to reinforce the roof joints. This can prevent the accumulation of rain and snow. Accurately calculated tilt angle can make rain and snow easily slide down. Before completing the installation of all these, AG plans to first complete the solar power system. The support for the panel also selected waste containers with high cost effectiveness. Add tilted rotundable device. Even in snowy weather, snow can slide down on its own. This power system can charge a construction tool. It can also solve daily electricity problems after moving into a new home. It's no problem to turn on a small air conditioner with a large panel. And the other side of the hole is not constructed and speechless. Can be directly used as an outdoor terrace. Having a super high and wide view in the mountains. Eating barbecue, braising, and boiling tea are extremely comfortable. A few days ago, AG built a workbench using a container. On the side, hundreds of square meters of open land were also cultivated in the wilderness. Then use a second-hand excavator to lay crushed stones as the foundation. Continue to dig down 1 meter deep as a foundation. At this time, the customized concrete foundation columns and wooden boards have just been delivered. AG cleared the hard gravel in the foundation pit. You can insert fresh concrete foundation columns into the pit, backfilled gravel while ensuring horizontal and vertical alignment. AG's girlfriend was not idle at this time either. Mixed concrete and cement number 42. Poured the entire structure and reinforced it again. Although this process is complex and not simple, but after all, the foundation is not solid and the cave mountain sways. Only by doing a good job in the early stage can high-rise buildings be built. The support formed above is just enough to bind the wooden board together. AG cut the wooden beam according to the design dimensions. Use a small hammer to strike the screw again. The overall wooden frame has become much more stable. It can be used as a wall for luxury homes. However, this process must be slow and careful to avoid falling apart directly in the air. Then AG fixed the wooden board to the steel foundation with screws. The wooden boards support each other steadily like old dogs. At the same time, it is necessary to continuously pull and adjust with a spring rope to ensure that the wall frame is perpendicular to the ground. And other walls are also made in the same way. Even though it's a scorching summer outside with temperatures in the 30s, it can't stop AG's determination to build a home for his girlfriend. Use wooden boards for secondary reinforcement between gaps. Then we can set up the roof crossbar above the frame. This high-altitude operation is much easier with the help of our own crane. The horizontal frames are especially combined again with horizontal beams. The overall structure is more windproof and earthquake-resistant. Then AG went on to facilitate future construction. A simple scaffold has been set up on the framework to facilitate going up and down stairs. After repeated calculations and tests, AG is still not at ease. Reinforce the entire structure with shoe boards again. Now AG can start cutting metal plates with steel scissors with peace of mind. Installed between wooden boards as a walking surface. These metal plates appear as thin as cicada wings, actually supporting where two people want to form. The outer wooden board is specially packaged. Make the overall design more beautiful. Then the steel plates for the roof can also be laid. AG felt much more at ease with the safety rope during this process. Each piece is fixed with screws and nuts. It can be as stable as Mount Tai even in windy and rainy days. Finally, just at the joint in the middle of the roof, reinforce a layer to prevent leakage. The entire black high-end and atmospheric roof is completed. AG finally gave his girlfriend small shelter from the wind and rain. But he is not idle either, cutting wooden boards to make door and window frames. AG is responsible for calculating, measuring, and transmitting the wooden board on the side. After all, pairing men and women doesn't make work tiring. The work of climbing up and down to install the window frame was naturally completed by AG. The selection of location not only needs to consider ventilation and lighting. The overall indoor flow is also being designed for the convenience of the installation of doors and windows in the future. The two of them surrounded the house with plastic paper together. The installation of windows will not damage the structure. After completing the installation of 7 windows, the luxury mansion is already in good shape and much more spacious. Especially the huge sliding French window is very practical. Finally, install the door on the door frame. The combination of hinges can achieve a good closing effect. This completes all the door and windows. The next wall installation is much easier compared to that. Just fix the wall panel on the outer edge of the wall. You can lay the exterior wall and place it on the wall panel slot. This process must ensure the verticality of the panel. AG also decorated and beautified the window frame. And on rainy days, rainwater will naturally flow down from the window frame. The selected material is the same as the roof. More comfortable color matching and visual effects. The installation of walls is much easier after the heavy wall and roof work is completed. Then AG laid rock wall panels at the bottom. Different materials make the hole more textured. AG also parked a small RV inside. Next, AG plans to create a grand entrance for the mansion. AG used a discarded iron frame with metal panels to enhance ventilation, breathability, and natural lighting. Specially cut 2 square holes for easy observation. Utilize the rotation of the car slot and roller. It can achieve free movement of the door panel up and down. At the same time, it can also fold and open the door. Another fan can also be made in the same way. The 2 door panels are combined using hooks. It is very convenient for private cars to enter and exit through remote control. Although the speed is slow, it is still very safe. However, the iron sheets in the whole house make it easy to live a cold winter and hot summer life. G uses plastic foam boards as door boards. Glass windows are also installed according to the holes to prevent the bears in the forest, Big Bear 2, from coming to visit. And AG wants to improve the space utilization and actual area of the mansion. Build a second floor panel using a wooden frame. Lay water pipes and wires into. Then backfill the sand and compact it with a roller. At this moment, AG also completed the construction of the staircase leading to the second floor. Now we can start pouring cement on the ground floor. However, before that, it is necessary to cover the entire floor with waterproof plastic paper and use steel frame support. AG spent a lot of money to bring in a cement truck. At the same time, it is necessary to spread the cement quickly and accurately. Not only does it need to cover the steel frame, we also need to ensure smoothness, flatness, and delicacy. After all, this is the road foundation for our future home. After being exposed to the sun for a few hours, AG uses a large hair dryer to further enhance air circulation. By the evening, the cement floor had completely dried up. In order to prevent thermal expansion and contraction of the ground, gaps are also cut on the surface. Then AG brought the electric lift truck. Lay insulation cotton and wall panels on the second floor walls. Modulated paint surfaces with similar colors and brush them evenly at the seams of the wall panels. Make the wall look more like a hole. With the existence of elevators, this job becomes much easier. The selection of the ceiling used the remaining materials from the previous roof. Cotton wool was added in the layer to keep warm. AG only needs to be fixed with screws, and the wires can easily pass through the openings. Due to the extremely high floor height of the design, AG can only rely on the elevator to be cautious and careful. Complete the installation of the ceiling. Also installed lights for illumination. The surrounding walls are also made in the same way. But in order to keep warm in winter, more insulation cotton and insulation pads were stuffed in. Meanwhile, AG is also trying to connect solar panels to the power system. Carefully designed angles, even with the arrival of blizzards. Under sunlight, it will also quickly melt and fall naturally. Being able to provide free usage points for the entire villa without spending a penny. In order to have more activity area, AG plans to build an outdoor terrace on the second floor of the villa. He dug a 1-meter deep foundation on the ground with an iron rod, and insert the remaining concrete foundation columns into the center of the pit before. Just pour cement to form it. It can serve as the support for the entire second floor. AG used a crane to place a metal frame on the foundation column. After 10 years of hard work, the technology of the veteran worker has been firmly locked in. The slots on both sides of each metal pillar can support wooden frames. Even with the weight of one person hanging, there is no problem. Then we will call our old friend and dig a soil truck and lay the same type of gravel road surface. AG is arranging the grain removal above the framework. Just lay the wooden boards one by one. The second floor terrace provides transportation options. With the help of floor-to-ceiling windows, it is easy to enter and exit. It can also be easily accessed through stairs on the ground. AG personally utilized wooden frames and steel bars, splicing together to build a simple guardrail. Accurate measurement and welding make the guardrail look like a work of art. Just gently tap with a small hammer. The guardrail can just get stuck in the middle, protecting AG and his girlfriend entering and exiting the second floor terrace. Even the surroundings of the stairs must be arranged without omission. And considering the living space for the 2 children in the future, just by moving the position of the wooden staircase, the extra second floor space can be used as a baby room at the same time. At this point, the mountain cabin villa has been completed. Just move the furniture and tools indoors and you can move in with your bags. These purchased furniture items are very easy to install. Simple splicing can be used directly. Get a storage box with a bed cover cabinet immediately. Not only can it store various miscellaneous items, occasionally taking a nap is no problem. This seemingly small cottage has everything it needs. The cost of personally building the jungle is also astonishingly low. This period of building life is the most unforgettable experience in life.